Hey, how you doing? It's your brother Backpack or Backpack on with G. Back in another YouTube video, and today's a pretty interesting but funny story time for you guys. This is the story time how I got my license, but in a weird ass way. But yeah, right before we get into the story time, be sure to get yourself comfortable, get yourself a little snack and a little water, some beverage, and yeah, let's get right into the shit. So yeah, the story time took place 2024 August. It's 2025 now, so yeah, story time took place literally last year, like a couple months ago. Actually, it's pretty recent story time, and it was a couple weeks after my birthday actually, and I went to this third party place to get my license. Early morning with my mom. I'm pretty sure it was like a Wednesday or a Tuesday, but yeah, we woke up early morning. We went to this place called Easy License. Like, I got it from my homeboy Frankie. I was looking around for third party places, and this was the closest one to me. It was like 25 minutes out, and yeah, so me and my mom were on the way there, talking about getting my license, like being responsible for my car, my insurance, all that shit. And yeah, we eventually pull up. I go inside first, and then they ask if I'm here to get a license or a permit. I say license. They give me this paper, and I have to like put my number on it. I have to put like my title tag. You have to put like your insurance, all that extra shit, just so they know that like the car that they're getting into, just in case, like God forbid you get hit, they like you have a form of like license or like insurance. You feel me? So yeah, I fill out the paper and I bring it to my mom. My mom puts her shit on it. And I go back inside and she goes and pays for basically like the class or the instructing for the guy to come out and help me. So she pays for it, and then we're in the waiting room, and then a guy calls me out. He's like, yo, Brennan? I'm like, yeah, right here. He's like, all right, man, you ready for this? I'm like, fuck yeah, man, fuck it. And then we go into the car. I'm like low-key nervous as shit. And like right before we start driving, he starts writing down a couple checks on the paper, and like he has like music playing on his phone, and this nigga was playing Cardi, bro. Like I'm pretty sure he was playing Do That Shit, or he was playing something off of Die Lit. That's all I know. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga's lit. So he's like, yo, so like you got insurance, right? He said, your name is Brennan. And he's like, all right, so I need you to leave this parking spot and turn to the right whenever you're ready. I'm like, all right, but I turn out the parking spot, and he's like, all right, go straight, and then I want you to take a left and come out the parking lot. I'm like, all right, bet. So I come out the parking lot, and we go straight. And he's like, all right, at the light, I want you to take a right. So we go up, we pass this church, we pass this gas station, and I take a right, and we're driving in this neighborhood. And he tells me, like, the usual things to do. He's like, yo, all right, so I want you to, like, drive around, take a right here, stop here, go to 20, and then like do a forced stop, but like don't press on the brakes too much, like regular training. And we're going through the test. I did my 3-point turn in front of someone's lawn. It was actually like perfect, not gonna lie. Like he's like, I want you to do a 3-point turn now and try not to hit no one's grass at all. I'm like, all right, okay. And I did that shit like easy, like a piece of cake. And after I did the 3-point turn, and we were at it kind of seemed like we are heading back to the place. He's like, all right, so I want you to take a right here. And then I did. I took a right. And he's like, all right, now stop at the blue house. I'm like, the blue house? He's like, yeah, stop at the blue house with that specific mailbox. And it had a Santa on it. And I'm like, all right. So I stop at the house. He's like, all right. He's like, you want to pass your test, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, so just stay here for 5 minutes. And when I come back, I got you, bro. I'm like, okay, but or like what? I was like, okay, I got you. And so I just put the car in park. Then he gets his stuff and he gets out the car. Like he leaves his paper, but he still brings his phone with him. And he's in there for like a good 10 to 15 minutes. And this guy, like, he comes back like reeking. Like, this nigga smells like straight backwoods. Like, and it's like not even like the weed smell. Cause like I do smell a little weed, but it's mostly like the tobacco that I'm smelling off this nigga. I'm like, yo, whatever the fuck this nigga just did, like he got lit. And I'm pretty sure like he had something in his pocket because he kept adjusting his pocket and shit. So yeah, he told me to like keep going straight. He basically got in the car. He adjusted himself. He's like, all right, thank you for like cooperating with me, bro. I appreciate it. And then he's like, all right, you could take the car to the park and just keep going straight. I went straight, told him to take a left, told him to take a right, and then we got onto the main road. He's like, all right, at the light, I want you to take a left. And then we turned back into the parking lot, exactly where the place is. And he's like, all right, final test. I need you to park in between these two cones. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, that's looking like, that's the one thing I didn't, like, train for. Like, I could drive. I just, like, I could probably say, like, I am not a confident parker. Like, I do not know how to, I know how to park, but not confidently, you know? So, yeah, like, as I'm turning into the parking space, I hit the fucking cone. And I look at him, and he's like, yo, no. He's like, yo, you're good. So I reverse it a bit, you know, like kind of adjusting it, and then I go back into the like parking space, like not hitting the cone, because like I was dead ass about to like turn that whole fucking cone over. I park back into the parking space, and he's like, wow. So not gonna lie, like you were a good driver. Like even if you didn't stop at the place for me, I most likely would have still passed you. But thank you for your cooperation, bro. And I'm about to tell your mom the good news. And he was writing a couple more things on his paper. He's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 18. He's like, he's just talking about more extra shit. He's like, all right. He's like, your license, right? You have what's it called? Yeah, he's like, yo, you have insurance. He was just talking about like all that extra basic shit, like just to like basically certify me for my license. And then I eventually just put the car in park, take out the keys, go inside, tell my mom the good news, and she's fucking ecstatic. She's like, oh my god, da, da, da. And then after she's happy, she goes into the rant about like how I have to be responsible now, how I'm gonna be paying my insurance, my gas, all that shit. You know, this is mom talk. And 10 minutes after that, the good news, they called me up, they gave me this paper. They're like, yo, you just basically just take this to the DMV. They'll know what's up. And your license, good sir. They're like, congratulations. So proud of you. Like, everybody, like, in the back, like, the staff was low-key cheering me on. Like, yeah, good luck. Like, most people don't even pass this shit. Which I think is a fucking lie. Because the place is literally called Easy License. But, yeah, like, the next day, actually, me and my mom woke up really early in the morning. Went to the DMV. Line was always fucking long. But, I went inside the DMV, gave him the paper. Told me to sit down again for, like, 20 to, 30 minutes. Took me a minute. And they called me up, like, Brennan? Like, yeah. Like, here you go, man. Congratulations, bro. And I'm like, oh, shit, thank you, bro. I walked out of the DMV the happiest nigga on earth, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that feeling was great. And then, I walked back into the car where my mom was. And I was like, bro, like, they wouldn't give me my license. They said, like, I had to bring you some more documents and shit. And my mom was furious. Like, she was dead ass about, like, going inside the DMV. And then I just pulled out my license. And she's like, ah. And, like, yeah, she took a picture of it. You know, she showed her friends. And, yeah, like, that's really, like, the very weird story on how I got my license. But, yeah, that's really the story is I am now licensed. So I've been licensed for a couple months now. But, yeah, I'm now licensed. Like, it's kind of crazy for me to be saying, like, younger me wouldn't even be believing this right now. But, yeah, I've always been scared to drive. But, yeah, that's really the story time, guys. Lesson of the story, or moral of the story. Driving is all in your head. Y'all thought I was going to say something about the third driver, right? No, I can't. A third party nigga, I don't even know. Like, I don't even think that's like a lesson, bro. I don't even think I should have been doing that. But, you know, you live and learn. But, yeah, that's the story time on Little Backpacks. If you guys enjoyed the story time, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to comment down your favorite part down below. And, yeah, I love y'all, my Little Backpacks. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.